When you plan a wedding, choosing a photographer is one of the most important things you have to do. It's really important that you get this part right. It could be disastrous if you don't. I'm here today to tell you the 6 simple steps on how to find the perfect photographer for your perfect day. Step 1. Decide what you want from your photographer. So many couples go looking for photographers without knowing what they're looking for. Decide beforehand what you want photos of, how much time you want the photographer to spend with you, and how much you're willing to pay. You should already have a timeline for the big day before you start. Step 2. Stay away from the photography trends and the avant-garde in general. Yes, you may be tempted to hire the photographer with the cool-looking photos, all washed out and filtered to oblivion. We live in a day where everyone is a photographer, and everyone can apply a simple filter to his or her photos. It's not real, and it won't last. Your wedding photos should be timeless. Don't choose a photographer that lives in the now. Step 3. Make sure you and your photographer get along. Everyone is different, and sometimes those differences create awkward or distasteful relationships. While reading your photographer's website and blog, something you should always do, try to paint a picture of what he's like by his writing. It's not too difficult if there's a lot of it. Step 4. Set up a meeting. As mentioned in Step 3, it's important to know your photographer before you agree to spend the entire wedding day with him. You don't hire a photographer just for his work. You hire his personality as well. Set up a meeting, do lunch or tea. Get to know him. If you feel comfortable in his presence, go for it. If he makes you feel uneasy or like you want to puke, run for your life. Step 5. Do some recon. After you've become acquainted with your photographer, stalk him. Look at all his work online. Read all his client reviews. Add him as a friend on Facebook. This information is relatively easy to find if the photographer has any web presence at all. Step 6. Negotiate the price. After all is said and done, the photographer must agree with your budget. If his prices are a bit too high, ask him to tone them down for you. Most photographers will reduce their prices ever so slightly just to score another client. Don't spend more than you can afford, but remember, you get what you pay for, so don't be a cheapskate. Well, there you have it. Remember, this is your most important day. Choose wisely, and don't forget these 6 steps. See you next time.